new window pane acid we got. And when we got back to the house, my friends and everybody jumped out. It was a big surprise party. It was great. And Chantal came, and she was hitchhiking to California the next day. And I talked to her briefly, and then the party went on. So a couple hours later, Moochie comes up to me and he goes, "Hey, SM, what kind of shoes does Chantal wear?" I said, "Well, what kind of fucking question is that?" And he said, "Well, I was just out back and someone has fallen through the cellar door and they're upside down and the only thing sticking out is their shoes." And he goes, "I think it's Chantal." So we went out there and it was a black, rainy night, as it always was in Olympia. And the cellar door, adjoined the house. And if you opened the door, there were concrete steps that led down to this primitive cellar. So sure enough, there's 2 feet sticking out through the hole. And I went over there and shook one of them. I said, "Chantal, is that you?" And this puff of Galois smoke comes out. And she goes, "Yeah." And I said, "Well, what happened?" And she said, "What's it look like? A cheap cellar door. I sat on it and I fell through." And I said, "Are you okay?" And she said, "Well, when I first hit the concrete step with my head, it knocked me out. But I seem to be okay now." And I said, "Well, hold on, I'll get you out of here." And she said, "No, thanks. This is better than your party. And I still got my Johnny." So, I started to leave her there, actually, and I walked away, and she said, "Oh, SM." I said, "Yeah." She said, "Happy birthday." So that was the last time I ever saw her or her shoes anyway. So 2 days later, I'm sitting in the refinishing shop that Nearly Normal Jimmy and I had. And I'm at my desk and the phone rings. And I pick it up and it's Chantal calling collect from some phone booth. So I accepted the call and I said, "Chantal, where are you?" She said, "I'm in some place called Wairika, California, over the border from Oregon. I was hitchhiking with one of your subnormal Americans picked me up and we stopped at a gas station so he could fill up. He said, I went into the bathroom and he took off with my suitcase and passport and everything I owned." And I said, "Oh my God, what can I do?" And she said, "Nothing. I still got my Johnny," and hung up. And I thought, Jesus Christ, was she the one? Did I let my dream girl get away?